As we wrap up 2024, economists are focusing on the future of the housing market. After a whirlwind few years, experts are predicting a return to more typical trends in 2025. We asked a real estate expert to break down what that might mean for buyers, sellers, and renters moving into this new year. Lane Lyon is a realtor and managing broker at Coldwell Banker. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me on.
So let's start with home prices. What are we expecting to see when it comes to values next year?
Well, I think that's the key question that I'm getting a lot right now, particularly because houses are sitting on the market a little bit longer and we have a little bit more inventory. So people are wondering about prices going into the new year. And really there is a consensus among experts that we're going to see a modest appreciation when it comes to home value. So that's good news. In fact, Redfin, economists there are calling for a 4% increase in median home prices. I think we'll see something similar here in the Denver area. And although it's not those huge gains that we saw coming out of the pandemic, Corey, when we were at 15, 20%, we just couldn't sustain that.
Right.
This is really considered more of a normalization, really that slower, steadier pace, really more typical. I call real estate the greatest get-rich-slow scheme there is out there. We're going to slow down on that appreciation, but again, we are seeing appreciation, and that is good news.
Something we've talked about extensively this year, of course, is the mortgage rates. What do you foresee with that?
We're still going to be talking about them for sure, and with good reason. You know, the mortgage rates really fueled the frenzy when we saw them come way down. And then also the mortgage rates really prompted a lot of buyers to pump the brakes over the last year. We saw that. So we will anticipate that rates will stabilize. And what we mean by that is probably stay right in this 6% range. Economists have been really clear lately and very honest, saying, look, we don't anticipate to see anything come down or change really. We could see some fluctuation with some policy shifts as we go into the new administration. Things like some of the tax cuts, some of the tariffs that have been talked about could affect inflation. We know mortgage rates are tied closely to that. So we'll have to watch. It could go either direction. Corey, you and I were just talking about in the commercial. We could see mortgage rates go up a little bit if inflation is impacted, but we also might see it go down a little bit if we don't see these changes happen right away and there's a dialing back. So it's really a month-by-month situation.
All right, what about renters? What's it looking like for the rental market?
I'll tell you what, there are probably some happier renters out there because we have seen some changes here in 2024 that will continue in 2025, which is rental rates staying flat. The main reason for this, Corey, is more rental inventory out there. This is happening across the country and right here in the Denver area. A big reason is a lot of rental projects, a lot of apartment buildings. You've probably seen a few cranes out there and new apartments being built around town. This is adding to the inventory. It's creating more opportunities for renters, better lease terms. We anticipate this will happen. You know, another thing that happened, Corey, this year is that a lot of homeowners became renters because they had trouble selling.
Right.
And so all of a sudden they decided to rent. So that's created an influx of inventory and some of those rental rates have gone down. So we expect that will stay the same. That could change though as demand changes a little bit into the new year. Bottom line, I have to say this as far as predictions go, we don't see any panic buttons. We don't see any crashes. We really see more of the same, and we've learned a lot in 2024. So people need to hold on, hang in there, and as far as buyers and sellers go, really talk to the experts out there because there's some lessons learned, and we're going to be okay.
A lot of lessons over the last couple of years.
Absolutely,
What a crazy market.
We'll keep an eye on it.
All right, Lane, thank you.
You got it.